Okay. No. Meh. Hey guys, it's Emma here, welcome back to my channel. I've put on some lipstick so I don't blend in with the background. But in today's video it is episode 2 of Ask a Photographer, which is apparently a brand new web series that I'm doing as of now. So let's crack on with it. How do you get inspired? In many weird and wonderful ways. Not to brag or anything, but I feel like I'm a very creative person, so I get inspired by a lot of things. If I watch movies or TV shows that I like, if I'm reading a book, or sometimes if I'm painting, I paint as well as draw. I usually try and surround myself with like-minded people who are very creative, and we can sort of feed off each other's energy. And I'm lucky that my network has allowed me to find these like-minded people. Other times, weirdly, sometimes if I'm just sat quietly by myself, you know, like meditation, things come to me then. But if I'm really stuck, then I will go and watch my favourite photography documentaries or art documentaries. I will go and see an exhibition, or I'll go to the same galleries I've been to loads of times, because you can always find something new. It's like a rush, you know, this wave of sudden enthusiasm and clarity. Like I can pre-visualise the image perfectly. So there are lots of different ways I find myself getting inspired. Advice of someone that's looking at starting a career in freelance photography. I'll let you know when I get there. I'm trying to do the same thing myself right now. However, I will answer this question as best I can, because even though I don't think I'm qualified to tell you how you should do it, I am doing it a certain way, so I can share that information with you. So for those of you that don't know, I am currently making the transition from employed to self-employed full-time, and the work that I'll be primarily focusing on is commercial, fashion, editorial, portraits, that sort of thing. I'm now moving away from the average consumer. So the first thing I did was figure out what exactly I wanted to do and who my target client would be, what they would look like. Network like crazy, attend networking events. You definitely need to have a strong portfolio and a strong website. Business cards, you might feel like they're a bit of a waste of paper, but they do get you clientele. Spam the shit out of social media, which is something that I'm not doing right now, but I am rebranding everything and I'm working on a lot of stuff. So soon I will start practicing what I preach. Also, don't be afraid to seek advice from other professionals. This is pretty much what I did when I decided I was going to finally make the jump after 3.5 years in employment, because not everyone's as haughty and snobby in this industry as you think. There are a lot of people, in fact most people, who are in the same position you are in right now. Research as much as you can, read blogs and articles of people who've done it before, because that's what I'm doing. Definitely go to your local bank and get financial advice, because trust me, when tax season comes around, you're going to want to know what it is you're doing. And it's really boring. There are a lot of boring, not very exciting or thrilling things involved with going freelance, but they are necessary. So stick with it, have patience, and don't give up and lounge about moping simply because you haven't got an established client base yet. You will, it just takes time. Besides photographers, who are your favourite artists? It's funny that I always talk about photographers who inspire me, but I never really mention artists besides people like Frida Kahlo. I've talked about her enough, but she is a major one for me because she helped me realise at a very young age that women can pursue a career in the arts and be successful and not be insignificant. I'm going to be really cliche here, but I really love Michelangelo. Not the Ninja Turtle, although he is awesome. And he was primarily a sculptor, although he is probably more well known for painting lots of penises on ceilings of chapels. Sorry, my 5-year-old was showing. His attention to detail and his eye for the human form, it really does inspire me, especially when it comes to photographing people like gymnasts or dancers. And I'm a sucker for Renaissance shit, which brings me on to the next one, Rembrandt and also Caravaggio. Huge game changers, massive game changers when it came to lighting portraits, anything that involves this dramatic sort of tableau I'm all over. When it comes to artists, I'm gonna sound like such a basic millennial, but I actually follow a lot of really cool, lesser known artists on Instagram. Dimitra Milan, I think I'm saying that right. She's so young and so talented, it just makes me sick. Jack Coulter, I think I'm pronouncing that right. Again, I don't know, please don't sue me, I have no money. He is a painter with synesthesia. His paintings are absolutely exquisite. Polina Bright as well. She is an artist based in Sydney, Australia. I'm also a huge fan of movie poster art. Best way to bring in new clients? Be annoying. And I don't mean like spamming people, like, you know, you see these random comments on social media where it's like, hey, check out this, even though it's got nothing to do with anything. But as in, go to networking events, strike up a conversation, show a lot of interest in brands that you follow, and comment as in like, oh, I love this, or something like that. You know, just show positive feedback. Blogging is a really good way. Don't overlook blogging. Also, really pay attention to the Facebook groups that you're in and be very active in them. Also, one platform I'm kind of intimidated by, but I hear is very good, is Twitter. And I'm still figuring it out personally, but I have been told that it is very, very good. And a lot of people I know met huge, really relevant clients now from when they first started on Twitter. Hell, I know people who met their spouse on Twitter, so come on, it can't be that bad. And also, I think even though we are an Instagram or social media led generation, do not overlook the power of your own website. And also, another tip on helping websites stay current is to have a blog of some sort. Even if you're not posting regularly, it still means that your site's a little bit more visible and current. What camera/cameras do you use? I'm very used to Canon, so I do most of my work on my Canon EOS R. Before that, I shot with a 5D3, but it was getting really heavy for me the more I was going out traveling. I also needed something that was a little better low light, would enable me to do silent shooting, and also much better video capabilities. So I got myself the EOS R. Do not regret it at all. I think it was a camera that I definitely overlooked when I reviewed it because it was just so jarring to me. But then I sort of tested it out more and more and then realised, hey, maybe this is the camera for me. But of course, working in a camera shop, I am very fortunate to test out all sorts of cameras. So I'm sort of what I like to call photographically ambidextrous. Film camera wise, I do love my medium format. I have my Mamiya C330, which I swear by, it's great, but I would really love the RB or the RZ67. Has using mirrorless changed/affected the way you work? 100% it has. Like I said, the weight is no longer an issue. The low light is way better than it was before, and it's reignited my passion for tech. Knowing what I can do with a camera now, it's expanded my horizons in the way I work, what I choose to shoot. I feel as though I can work more efficiently and more quickly with it now, and I'm not giving myself backache and, you know, pain in my neck and shoulders from lugging around so much heavy equipment because it's a lot lighter now. What's your story for shooting film? Do you know, it's so funny that I didn't get into shooting film until I went to university. At the sixth form college where I was, we didn't really have the resources or the budget to really shoot with film. And so film was an entirely different world that I was really intimidated by because apart from the disposable point and shoot cameras I used as a kid, I had no idea what I was doing. I became less scared of it the more I learned about it, and I realised I actually loved being in the dark room. The whole process from loading the film, taking the picture, developing it, making prints out of it or scanning it. It was therapeutic and cathartic and exactly what I needed at that time in my life. You know how some people love the smell of petrol or nail polish or chlorine or something? That is me with darkroom chemicals. And the possibilities are endless with film. You get so many different looks. There are so many different kinds of film now. In fact, if you want to know more about film, more in depth, although I will be going over it more as my channel grows, check out Madison Beach, or Madison B, that's her channel. I will put the link in the description. She's actually a friend of mine that I went to uni with and was one of the really cool people that used film and I secretly wanted to be. Favourite digital and analogue camera? Well, apart from the EOS R, which I really like, my dream camera probably would be the Fuji GFX, either 50S or 100. My favourite analogue camera, again, my Mamiya C330. and also the Mamiya RZ67. Also, as a side note, I'd really love one of the little old pocket Kodak cameras. I think they're fantastic. And the last question, just because I had to include this, how are you doing? Very well, thank you. Better than normal, because as of filming this video, I now have 7 days left working for Wex. And then I have also got my travels coming up, starting my freelance business. Super excited. Yeah, this is the most energized I've felt in a long time. Even when I set up my studio, like, I was happy and excited, but not sure what I wanted to do, whereas now I feel a lot more confident and a lot more grounded in myself. So yes, to answer your question, I'm doing good. So that is it for today's video. That was episode 2 of Ask a Photographer. I'm not going to be doing these videos every month, but every so often, just because it means I get to connect with you guys and answer your questions and put my knowledge to good use. Everything that I've learned over the past 3.5 years working for Wex or at uni. There's a lot of information floating around this old noggin. If you enjoyed this video, then hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell for notifications. If you want to check out my social media, the links are in the description down below, as well as the other channels and artists that I mentioned. And now I'm also doing a YouTuber shout out, because now that's a thing. So the YouTuber of today's video that I want you to check out is Brian Campbell. Campbell. I'm sorry, Brian. But yeah, he's an amazing astrophotographer. I actually work with him. His stuff is super cool. He's very passionate and enthusiastic about what he does. So I'll leave his channel link in the description as well. Go and check him out and subscribe. He will really appreciate you for it. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye.